One manager kind of apologizing, the other one saying, look, this is part of football, you know, we want to play with this kind of intensity. So what are your thoughts?
One manager got it absolutely right, and that was Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. The game was an excellent game. It was played with a lot of passion. It was played at a high tempo. There was a lot of tackles going in. And you have to have that if you're preparing for the season. I don't believe that you can go into any game when there's 50,000 people there and you're playing against top-quality opposition, you can go into the game half-hearted. There should be tackles. There should be fierce, competitive action throughout the game. And I thought it was an excellent game. Solskjaer got it absolutely right. I'm not sure what Pochettino was apologising for.
Stevie, do you agree?
Not necessarily. I will agree that Pochettino got this horribly wrong. How can Pochettino sit on the sideline and watch his main man nearly lose his ankle or his leg? Or he could have ended up on a stretcher and missing half the season. And Pochettino comes out and apologises. Seriously? What for? I mean, it was a horrendous tackle
but we
from
did see
Pereira.
the stamp as well, or even though you did agree it wasn't.
Well,
but
yeah.
probably from his view at the moment, in the heat of it, it did look nasty at first. He probably didn't have the benefits of the replays.
Whether the final action deemed red cardable or not, and we have our doubts about that. The initial challenge from Sissoko was a heavy one. There's no getting away from that with Daniel James. But to Steve's point and Pochettino and what he had to say, again, I don't necessarily agree. And as much as Stu is saying that Solskjaer got this right, listen, if somebody goes in over the top on your star man, I'm not sure you'd hear the same from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Let's assume that you bring some kid off the bench and he flies in over the top on David De Gea if he were playing. Would Solskjaer sit there and say, well, it's a tough game, you know, we're getting ready for the season? I don't think it would be the same rhetoric at all.
Stu, just what's your take on that after the two guys just had their comments on this one? Because rightfully so, we saw that tackle from Andreas Pereira on Harry Kane, and that could have been his ankle gone right there. Isn't there a little more, respect amongst the footballers to know that, hey, look, it is just preseason at the end of the day. Maybe let's just hold on to this for at least another 2 more weeks?
Yeah, that was probably the worst tackle of the game. Pereira won the ball. He didn't go over the top of the ball, Shaka. He won the ball, and then his follow-through went into Harry Kane. Harry Kane wasn't badly hurt. But the other tackle, I agree. Sissoko, I'm not sure there's any foul there at all. He wins the ball to start with, and James holds his leg rather than where he was being stamped on. But he wasn't being stamped on. And I don't disagree with anything the guy's saying in the studio, but I want to see competitive games. I think it's great for the ICC. It's great for those 50,000 fans that are coming to the games, seeing a competitive game. We've done a couple already in the last couple of weeks, and they've been top quality games played at high tempo, and that's what you want to see. As a manager, I wanted to see that. As a coach, I also wanted to have those sort of games when I was a player, because it prepares you for that first game of the season. It's no good going into the season half-baked and you're not ready for it. That's when you do get injuries.